Have you ever pondered over the fact that Russia once endeavored to establish a colony in Africa? The tale unfolds at the end of the 19th century, with a man named Grigorii Chertkov serving the Russian Empire as a lieutenant. He was part of a delegation dispatched by Emperor Nicholas II to Ethiopia in 1897, with a mission to set up a formal Russian diplomatic mission. The objective was nothing short of integrating this African nation into the Russian imperial sphere. As the Russian convoy made its way from Djibouti to Addis Ababa, onlookers could easily mistake them for any other European colonial troops. They donned white pith helmets, a symbol of their presumed racial superiority, and were driven by imperialistic goals very much akin to those of their European counterparts. Fast forward to over a century later, and we find a Russian envoy in the Ethiopian capital, criticizing the West for its attempts to resuscitate the colonial epoch. Yet this critique seems to conveniently overlook Russia's own historical attempts to scramble for Africa. The tale now takes us to the late 19th century, to a place called New Moscow, which was supposed to be Russia's footprint in Africa. Spearheaded by Nikolai Ashinov, Russia sought to carve out its own piece of the African pie, eyeing territories in Sudan and Ethiopia. Ashinov's ambitious proposals, although unsupported by the imperial capital, managed to garner enthusiasm among influential figures. Ashinov's mission, seen as a potentially lucrative commercial venture, unfortunately met with considerable setbacks. In 1888, a Russian warship docked off the coast of Tajura, negotiating a protectorate status. But the promised settlement turned out to be a mirage, necessitating a second attempt with a fresh group of settlers. The following year, settlers arrived in Sagalo, raising the flag of the Russian Empire, only to find that the coast was already claimed by France. French gunboats brought fire upon Sagalo, causing casualties among the settlers. The survivors were picked up by the French and transported to Port Said in Egypt. To steer clear of a diplomatic scandal, Russian authorities denied having any involvement in the colonization attempt of Tajura. So, despite its aspirations and ventures, Russia's attempt to leave an imperialistic mark on Africa proved fruitless. It remains a testament to a legacy of unfulfilled ambitions and diplomatic denials. A fascinating chapter in the annals of history, don't you think?